When you get to the end of this video, make sure that you look for the bonus F word. And this could be the most important F word to that puzzle. Hi everyone. So today I come to share with you something that I'm super excited about. This was all sparked exactly a week ago today. Like I do every single day, I check in here on social media platforms, hopefully bringing you something to inspire you a little bit, to sprinkle a little bit of positivity, and just to bring whatever I has as a life coach, wellness coach, that hopefully can bring some good to anybody out there that's watching. And I was talking about making a puzzle, putting all the pieces together with what's in your life and you feel grateful for, and then with the goals and things you would like to add to your life. And this really got me thinking. It just sparked something. And then there was a succession of events this week that it was like this was meant to happen. So one of the things I talked about then was get yourself a 100-piece puzzle. So I just made this number up in my head. It was like what I was like trying to work out what would be a good number of having things that you have versus goals. And then I decided I wanted to buy a puzzle myself. I didn't have a 100-piece puzzle. So I went on the internet, and it wasn't that easy to find a puzzle that was 100 pieces unless it was a child's one. So the one that I got eventually was from myphotopuzzle.co.uk. So what I did, I chose an image that I liked, which was this. And because I also got my good friend one of these, you can actually put a quote. So my one says, "Every piece counts, makes it happen." So I ordered that, and I was waiting for that to arrive. And as I was waiting to arrive, and I knew I was going to push it together, because it was a little bit, I've been doing lots of crafty things, creative things during lockdown. And I was just like thinking how I'm going to put this together. I could put it in a frame, things like that. And then this really got me thinking. At the beginning of lockdown, again, you may have watched when I kind of came up with all these sheets of how you can set yourself goals, accountabilities, check-ins, because this was something I wanted to do too. I wanted to make sure that I stayed on top of my fitness, my healthy eating, and all these different things. And I put it all together. And then I didn't do so well. And that got me thinking. Because when I'm normally at work, obviously, because I work in the fitness industry, I'm active. Because obviously I work in the wellness industry, it's easier for me to look after myself, to eat well, and so on. But during lockdown, like everybody, there's been lots of emotions, life hasn't been normal, and I've kind of slipped away from some of those healthy habits. But also it's got me reflecting on things and thinking of how I want my life to be when I come out of lockdown. It got me really thinking that why do I do what I do? Why do I love coaching so much? And why am I in the industry of human happiness? Because that's what I believe I'm in. And it's not just one thing, because I know not just fitness will bring you happiness, not just eating well will bring you happiness, not just having great finances and security will bring you happiness. There is so much that's involved in happiness. And we all want to achieve that, right? But it is a complex thing. And that got me thinking, how do you get there? How do you make sure that you're on track to get there? How do you make sure that you're present and that you're not just running around in life, going through life like I felt I was perhaps before lockdown? So going before lockdown, so I'm 53 now. I remember that when I was approaching my 50s, I did lots of courses, got lots of diplomas, certifications, whether it was health screening, nutrition, mindset, behavioral therapy, all these things, because I was passionate about the industry of human happiness. And then I kind of rolled into things, and my life just did not stop. It was like a roller coaster. And I think one of the things I lost sight of was my own human happiness, everything that made me happy, what made me happy, what were the ingredients, what was the balance. And I really wanted to dig deep into that. And I really started looking at things. I became my own coach. So I was coach the coach. I kind of took a step outside myself and I really had a look at my life, what's important to me, and how I want it to be after lockdown. And it was when I was awaiting this puzzle, because this was going to be one of the tools that's going to help me do it. So as I say, it's the 100 pieces in this puzzle that I'll explain to you, but you can do it with just on a piece of paper, just writing down 100 things. You can find your own way to do it. If you want to get your puzzle, it doesn't matter. But what I maybe want to inspire you to do is show you how diving into everything, diving deep, can make a big difference to your mindset, how you see your life right now, how you see everything you want to achieve. Because this for me is like my life puzzle. So imagine your life vision. So if you want to dig deep with me, just stay tuned, stay with me, and it will all make sense. So what I did, I'll explain to you. I've got all my pieces in different bags here. Because when I was thinking about how am I going to put this together, Lona, you've thought up this idea, how is this going to work? So first of all, I took all the edges out, everything that was edges, and there's 4 corners as well. And then I left all the bits that are in the middle. I threw a handful into a bag, which I put goals and visions, because I knew I was going to have some goals. I threw a load in that would be blessings, because I wanted to look at all the things I had in my life. And then I threw another lot that said figure out, because I knew that I'd have things to figure out, because we are always growing. It doesn't matter what age we are always forever growing, evolving. So, and I want that in my life, because I think I was just, these walks that I take with my husband, I was talking about one of the things that ages us the most is when every day becomes like Groundhog Day and we don't have that curiosity of a child. We don't sort of think of new ways of developing ourselves or new things to do, or just changing the scenery, doing things differently. And I think that's a really important part of life as well. So I thought, how do I break this down so that people can understand? Because actually my good friend Kim, who I gave her one of these puzzles, she goes, oh, you're going to have to explain this to me. What do you mean, Lona? So this made me really sit down and put it on paper so that it could make sense. But as I say, you don't have to do it in puzzle form, but you, especially with that, the one that I ordered, you can choose any picture and photo, which I thought was great. But otherwise you can do it in another way, that it could be in form of a notebook, it could be in form of a board, anything that's going to work for you. But for you able to get where you want to get to understand where you are, and to know what are the things that are kind of missing in your life, I think you have to go through this process. I went through this process and it made everything crystal clear to me. And it made me feel just totally different overnight, totally different about my whole life. So I hope if you do this, you can get that same feeling too, because I want to share that with you. So I started off, I've got a lot of F words here, okay? They're not offensive F words, but all these F words, and some of them you may have heard of them, and I elaborated on that because I wanted to go deep. I really wanted to pinpoint things so that I know where I'm going, I know how I'm feeling, and so I'm going to go through them with you. So first of all, when I was thinking of the 4 corners of the puzzle, I thought F for fundamentals. So what are the fundamentals to every human being, your needs that you're going to start to feel somehow happy, or, you know, that sense of that you're safe? And those things were food on your table, roof over your head, clothing and sleep. Just as basic as that. But when I switch on the TV, when I'm looking maybe what's happening in Peru, I think Brazil, it makes you see that these things, we just totally take them for granted. But you could have been born, I could have been born somewhere else in the world, and our lives would have been completely different. So in that puzzle, I want to put those fundamentals. I want to remind myself of those. And what I'm going to do is write those things on one side of the puzzle and then place it. I'm going to actually stick it down, so I'm going to make it quite arty. I'm going to put a piece of paper, a colour that I like behind it. So although when I finish it, there are going to be gaps because there's bits that I want to achieve, it's still kind of going to look a little bit artistic. And as I go through the next few years that it may take, I'm going to put all those pieces into place. But the bits that I have a roof over my head. I have food on my table daily. I have a warm bed to sleep in and I get to sleep. And also I have clothing. So those things, they're simple, but I should be very grateful for that because there's people that do not have that. And you could have, related to those things, goals within there. You may have a roof over your head, but you could be living with someone, sharing. You may want your own place. You may be renting. You may be wanting to buy. You may be wanting to build a conservatory. So all those things, you can put them in the pieces of the puzzle that you're going to set aside from the middle, that are the things, the goals and dreams that you want to put in there. So because obviously you have the safety of a house, of a home, but there may be things and goals that you have that are relating to that. Then I put family, and I mean parents, I mean children, I mean pets and extended family. So you can put those there, but also then you can think about the relationships you have with your family. So maybe you put something that's really precious to you, like the relationship with your sister, with your mother. It could be, or with your pet that you adore. And then outside of that, in the things that you would like in your life, you could put something like improve the relationship with my father, or something like that. Because within, although you have family, there's sometimes within that family, there's things that don't feel quite right, that don't bring you all the joy and happiness they could. So if you leave them in that puzzle piece, instead of just ignoring that in your life and going around day to day with that feeling within you that's kind of bothering you, it's not right, you can actually work on that and find solutions and ways to that. Not to say there's always a solution. You may not want a solution, that's fine, you don't have to put it, but otherwise just put it on a piece of the puzzle, center bit, with that on it that's not yet to go in. Then when you talk about friends, and that is all your social network around you, you're going to have really dear, close friends. You may have friends that you only see once a year, but you feel like, you've been together forever. Your friends at work or at different events that, it could be at social clubs, fitness clubs, whatever. Sort of that as well is part of the things that you have in your life that again are really important to our health and well-being. You may feel, actually, I need more of that in my life. So that then, if it's in another puzzle, you might think, after this lockdown, you may think, I'm going to join a specific group. I'm going to make an effort to reconnect with friends and things like that. Then feelings. And feelings here I put your relationship with yourself, your confidence, your self-esteem, romantic love and happiness. So again, you could put, wow, I'm really confident. So you could write confidence on one of them. Boom, that's in your puzzle. That's the piece. You could put, although you're very confident, maybe you can have a low self-esteem, even if you act confidently. So you may think, although I have some self-esteem, it's something I really want to work on. You can put it on the piece of the puzzle that is outside of the puzzle right now, because you want to work on that self-esteem. You may have romantic love in your life, you may not, and you may be thinking, I am ready to welcome that in my life. I know I would feel happier with that in my life. Or you may have romantic love in your life and you just think, you turn around and think, wow, did we lose it somewhere along the way? Can we make that more fulfilling, happier and enriched? And you put that outside your puzzle piece, because you're going to look to work on that romantic love or to work on that relationship with yourself. If you know that the things that you say are not kind, if you know that you say things to yourself that you wouldn't dare say to anyone else. So that is your self-love that you need to work on. So you might put that outside your puzzle for now, because self-love is something that you're going to work on. Then I've got F for fitness, and that I've put activity, strength and endurance. Now, when we think of happiness, if we have a stronger body, a fitter body, we're going to enjoy life for longer. We're going to be able to do all the things that we want to do. We're going to feel good about ourselves. Our fitness is going to improve our mental health. So fitness is not just something like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's actually a necessity. and finding the fitness that's right for you, the activity that's right for you. And as well, if you have health conditions, what is going to help you as you age? Strength training, how is that going to help you? And really look, you may think, yeah, I've got that in my life, I need more of that. You have goals that are relating to that. So it doesn't mean that when something's outside the puzzle that you don't have some of it, but it means that when you look at it and how you feel about it, there is more to be achieved than that. There's more that can be done. And then I've put fuel, and that is something I'm passionate about. So I've put food, the quality of the nutrients, making sure that your body gets all the nutrients that it needs. Again, especially as we age, they're so crucial to our well-being and how we're going to feel, to our mental well-being, to everything. I've also put things like supplements there, understanding the things that your body needs as you age, or if you're not getting them from the foods that you're eating. And also I put medication, because for some people, they may be grateful for a medication that they take, because that is the medication that helps them function better, have more energy, whatever, that's keeping them healthy in their life. So I put that there, that there's to feel gratitude for that, that exists to help you with maybe a condition that you have. I've put F for faculty. And those are our abilities, our skills, our experiences. It could be your qualifications. Sometimes you're so busy giving yourself a hard time, or busy being busy, you don't sort of think of all those skills you have, whether you have them as a parent, whether you have them in your work, whatever it is, to put those down and put them in your puzzle, to appreciate them. Because for some people, the skills that you have would just be a dream, and we just take those things for granted. So put them there. Maybe that qualification that you work so hard to achieve, put that there. So those are all the things. But then you may think, there are things I want to achieve. There's that course that I would like to do. There's this new skill that I would like to be able to do. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can start today, right? Then I've put fun. We all need fun in our life. So I put travel, hobbies, leisure, experiences. So you can put in your puzzle the amazing things that you've done that maybe have brought you joy because they're fun. And then that should inspire you to think, what else do I want to bring in my life that's fun? Maybe you think, actually, I don't do enough of that. I don't have enough experiences or travel, and it may not be even your financial means that are stopping you from doing that. You may be just so busy working, doing stuff, thinking that everything else is more important, and you're not allowing yourself that time to do the fun things. Because remember, happiness is about all these things that I'm just mentioning here, not just one or two things, not just your career, your finances, and your family. Because even some people give themselves a hard time, that they think, well, I've got it all. Why do I not feel happy? But unless you go through this, you dig deep, then you can pinpoint the things that you may be totally overlooking. You may be totally overlooking that just bringing a bit of fun into your life, just bringing new experiences, travel, hobbies, they may be the key to your puzzle to bring you that true sense of happiness and well-being. Then I've got F for faith. So that could be your religion, your spiritual beliefs, meditation, whatever. Whatever, everybody needs a belief and a faith in something, even if it's just themselves. But whatever that is, again, feel grateful that you have that in your life if you put it there. Maybe you feel that that was something that you were connected with, and now you're not connected with, and you don't feel as happy as you used to. So even maybe you think, oh, I remember when I used to meditate, or I remember when I used to go to whatever religious establishment, how good that made me feel. You can bring that back into your life, or you can feel really grateful that you have that. Again, you can be somewhere in the middle. It's not about being 100% in or 100% out, but it's seeing where you are. Are you more in, or are you more out of all these things, all these F words? Another one here, I put fascination. Now, I've put everything with F just so I just like things that rhyme and sort of like that. But basically, I'm talking about your driving passions, your love related to people, things, or causes. So it's everything that you're passionate about. So what are the things, maybe you're missing them now, that you're really passionate about? Maybe you volunteer and help at a charity. Maybe you're not doing that right now, or maybe you would love to do that. What are the things that set you on fire that you're passionate about? Maybe it even could be a significant other that you're missing that in your life. So look at fascination. What are the things that make you want to get out of bed in the morning? Put the passions that you have and that are in your life, and maybe think about the things that you could bring into your life that are going to bring you that feeling. And then I've put F for fate. And that's your purpose, calling, or destiny. So again, you may be really lucky that whatever you're doing with your life, whether you're doing it volunteering, whether you're doing it as a career, or whether alongside your career, are you really fulfilling your purpose? Do you really feel that you're doing what you meant to do? And if you are, isn't that great? If you're a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, and you really feel, especially right now, you feel, yeah, this is my calling, my purpose, you can put that in the puzzle and just remind yourself how lucky you are to be doing something that gives you that feeling. And then if you don't quite feel that you've satisfied or ticked that box, again, it doesn't matter where you are in your life, what age you are, you can still find that purpose and bring that into your life. Find your calling, your destiny in that sense. Then I put F for flourish. And what I mean by that, anything that supports personal growth and expansion. This could be formal learning, reading, art, creativity, anything. So it's always to check in. You may have done lots of things that you're put in your puzzle. You think, well, I achieved that, I did that. But you may now, because you're so busy being busy, you think, I don't read nowadays, or I love doing art, or I would love to do some self-development, personal growth, or I'd love to do a course on something. What are you doing to flourish at the moment? What are you doing sort of to fulfill your potential? Because remember, we can grow every day. Whether we're 100, 101, we can still keep learning and growing. Then I've put F for facilities. And what inspired this to me was like when you go on holiday, the first thing you check is, oh, let's see what the facilities are. Then I'm looking at the news and looking at places, I don't know, Peru and Brazil that I saw yesterday. And I think the facilities that we take for granted. We've got the national health. Wow, what a facility that is. We've got beautiful parks. You maybe live near the beach, near beautiful woods. You may have a shopping centre that you can go by. You have all these facilities at the tips of your fingers. Just imagine if you were somewhere else in the world and you didn't have these things. Do we ever think about these things to really appreciate them? So those are facilities: healthcare, forests, beaches, walks, shopping, leisure centres, your town. You may live in a beautiful town or city, or even your neighbourhood. Those are all the things around you. Do we really stop to feel that gratitude? But on the other hand, I could be mentioning these things and you could be thinking, my dream would be to live near the beach, or in, near a forest, or whatever it is. So it just makes you feel about all those things around you, those facilities that can have an impact on your life and the quality of your life. The next I've got freedom. Now we all know about that after lockdown, don't we? That sense that freedom has been taken away from us. But what I mean by freedom is you may have all these dreams, all these things you want to do, and you may not feel that you have the freedom. This could be you don't have the financial freedom to do these things. This could be that you're a parent or other commitments that you have. What is the freedom that you're longing to have, that things you could do? Or could you in your puzzle think, wow, I'm so lucky, I've got the freedom to do this, that, the other, or whatever. And you can put that in your puzzle, and you can, when you come from a place of gratitude, you think, wow, my life is amazing. Okay, there's a few things that maybe are not in alignment with the rest of my life, but wow, when you start looking at this, when you come from a place of gratitude, you think, my life is amazing and I want more of the amazing stuff in my life. Then I've got the next one, F for figure out. Are there any specific things you haven't figured out yet? And it's okay not to know. Have you ever been like, I just don't know. I just don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want from my life. I don't know. We have all these things that we need to figure out, and that is okay. Maybe there's something that you've figured out recently. I know when it comes to figured out, I'll be putting a few puzzles, pieces in there, feeling, I know this, I've figured this out. And this process that I've been through has made me figure out a lot of things that maybe I hadn't thought about, or maybe I was just confused about, but I can see it crystal clear now. And also I can see the things that I still need to figure out, and they will be in the puzzle pieces that will be on the outside for now. Then I've put F for flow, and that is your life-work balance and your quality of life. So whatever you're doing, is your life flowing? Is your life in alignment with everything that's important in your life? Whether it's your family, whether it's your career, your dreams, your hobbies, is everything in flow? And then if it is, you can put all the things that are in flow in the puzzle pieces, and on the outside you could maybe leave out the things that you think, if I got that to be in flow, that would improve the quality of my life, and at the end of the day that's going to improve your happiness. And then I've put F for keeps. Look back on your life. What are the moments that are for keeps? It could be the birth of your children, it could be your wedding, there could be so many things. What are those memories that are for keeps? Those things that you have been so blessed to experience and to have, so you can put them inside of your puzzle. And then you could be thinking of those things that for keeps that you're looking forward to. There could be events and celebrations coming up. It could be, I don't know, grandchildren that you hope that you have. Those memories that you want to add on to the for keeps you already have. Next, I've put F for fantasies. And what I mean by this is things you dare to dream that you only believe you have 50% chance of achieving. So a lot of the time we give ourselves very safe goals. We have very safe dreams because we think, oh, that's silly. That's never going to happen to me. Or I could never achieve that. I could never have that. So you don't want to have that feeling of failure. However, imagine if you had dared to dream some dreams, some fantasies of things that you only had a 50% chance of achieving. If you achieve it, you're going to feel like you won the lottery. And if you don't, it's okay, because there was a 50-50 chance. So dare to dream something a little bit outside your comfort zone, a little bit beyond what you would dare to dream normally, a 50-50 chance. And then last but not least, I have future. So you could already be doing things for your future self that you know you want in your future, and the actions that you're taking daily right now. You could be in the middle of achieving goals. You could be halfway there to something you want to achieve. Or you have things that you really know that you want in your future. Things that even through going through this process, through going inside and looking within, that you've figured out that you know are going to make a difference to your life and to your happiness. And you can put those puzzle pieces on the outside. So that is a lot that I've thrown at you today. It will be of value if you have the patience to have gone through all the video up to now. I'm going to repeat all those F words for you so that you can write them down. If you want to order yourself a puzzle, go online, find something. You may have a 100-piece puzzle at home. You may want to devise something else that is personal to you. But what I want to put across is this going into the nitty-gritty, going deep, dissecting it all, and really looking at what you have, what you want to achieve, and how you're going to complete your life puzzle. Because just imagine the feeling when you put that last piece into place, when you've worked towards that, when you've done what you need to do to achieve that. But to achieve the things that you want to achieve, you need to have clarity as to what you want to achieve. And that's why they say that goals need to be specific. So I'm giving you this tool to make your life vision as specific as possibly can, but also to be able to take a moment and just breathe in all the wonderful, beautiful things that you do have in your life. I know that if you're living in this country, I know that there will be a lot of the things that you will have here. You'll probably have more than half of them. Okay, so I'm going to repeat all those F words. So F for fundamentals, so they're your basic needs. F for family. F for finance. F for friends. F for feelings. F for fitness. F for fuel. F for faculty. F for fun. F for faith. F for fascination. F for fate. F for flourish. F for facilities. F for freedom. F for figure it out. F for flow. F for keeps. F for fantasies. And F for your future. Wow, that was really hard to say without any other F word. But just go out there and get it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's made me really excited. It's made me feel so different about my life and so excited about the future. Maybe it just works for me, I don't know. But I have looked into it all. I've dived into all the courses and everything I've done, and I've pulled out what I felt were the best bits and that can help you from home. If we can't do it face to face, you can actually grab this little thing, take all those F words, those 20 F words, see what you've got, see what you want to get in your life, and then just go out and grab a few dreams. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you so much if you have stayed with me. Bye. So as promised, that bonus F word. I was so excited going through everything that I didn't mention this one, and it is really important, and for some of you will make a crucial difference. And it's F for forgiveness. And this is the things that you have forgiven yourself for. So those could be the puzzles in the puzzle, the things you've forgiven yourself for. Things that maybe you haven't, but they're outside the puzzle because you're working on forgiving yourself for. And also the things that you forgive others. So if anyone has really hurt you in your life and you haven't been able to forgive them, if you can forgive them or have already forgiven them, put that obviously inside your puzzle. But if it's not, leave it outside, because that forgiveness could be the last key to lasting happiness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful things. So that is a really big F word. I'm definitely off now. Bye.